chances, dreams and goals. Many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man. Choices, chances, dreams and goals. Many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Huda TV, our program Life Choices, where we bring you an episode every week on self-development. We've been looking in the previous weeks about time management and self-discipline. Today's episode, inshallah, we're going to focus on about emotions. The topic was emotional intelligence, and Brother Karim is going to explain to us more about what emotional intelligence is, inshallah.
It was very important to come with emotional intelligence after time management, because emotions play a lot or a very main role in our life. We don't have to forget about it. We always focusing on our minds. We are always focusing on how I will think about it, while you don't know that psychologically your emotions are playing the main role of everything. So let's start, before talking about emotional intelligence, talking about why emotions. Because simply, we have, or according to the psychology theory, we have three circles in our life, in everyone's life. The first circle is emotions.
Mm-hmm.
The second circle is thoughts. The third circle is actions. These three circles control our whole life.
What, so thoughts, emotions,
and
actions. They're the three circles that control our life?
Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
So, the main problem always happen when, or why people come to us for psychologists or psychological counselors or psychiatrists and that stuff. Most probably, they have the problem in the emotion circles. Why? This emotion will start to fill it with a lot of emotions. Good emotions and bad emotions, all the emotions. We fill it up. And we start to make it go older, go bigger, go bigger, go bigger. Until, let's imagine the three circles, that the water coming, or the emotions coming out of this circle, and try to cover the rest of the circles. That's why the one, when he is depressed, when he is stressed, when he has a problem of negative attitudes, or thinking in a bad way, all of this cause he has a lot of emotions, and this emotion is destroying his life. It's controlling everything in his life in a bad way, in a very bad way. So we need to care about these emotions. And from here started to have what we call is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the way that you use your interpersonal communication and interpersonal communication to understand what is happening inside you and outside you through your emotions, and getting the best use of this. This is the intelligence in your emotion. Mm-hmm. I know interpersonal communication, how I can communicate with myself, and how I'm aware enough to communicate with you outside me through my emotions. How I can do this. All the problems happens due to that we don't have this intelligence. So our emotions are not controlled. So it's covering the other circles. Yeah. So you are in a mess.
Like husband and wife, if they have some disagreements between themselves, then both of them are going through emotional roller coasters. Exactly. And they don't know how to use these interpersonal characteristics or skills to settle down the problem or fix the situation. Well. Exactly. And this is why, unfortunately, we find in the world the divorce rate is so high.
Yeah, sure.
If you look at the West, even in Muslim countries, unfortunately, it reached a very sad state.
Yeah,
people they are over emotional, and they don't know how to channel their emotions. And there's nothing wrong in being emotional, because human beings, Doctor, you can correct me if I'm wrong, are emotional creatures.
Yeah, definitely.
And all sorts of emotion: love, sadness, happiness, depression. All of these kind of emotions exist in the human system. But Islam comes in. This is where Sharia and Islam and the beautiful prophetic teaching comes in and shows us how to navigate these emotions and feelings the correct way.
Exactly.
For example, anger is a big emotion. right?
Definitely, definitely.
Every single human being, has the capability to get angry.
Yeah.
And I myself get angry. Everyone gets angry. And there's a way to direct this anger. But if this is negative, the Prophet ﷺ, he taught us that if you get angry, you should seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's protection, for it is from the devil, or it is from fire. So if you ask Allah to help you and cool things down, and if it doesn't work, then make wudu, sit down.
If you're standing up, sit down.
If you're standing up, sit down.
Yeah.
Or then maybe lie
Mm.
down. And if that's not working, then make wudu, because, water will cool things down.
And
pray
washes,
2 rak'ah.
washes away your sins as well.
Washes away your sins. 2
It's
rak'ah.
it's a deep topic. We've started talking about emotional intelligence. We'll have a look at a very interesting video clip, and then we'll be right back.
Managing expectations. There are two types of expectations we have in life. We have internal expectations and external expectations. I'll explain these two in a minute. But there's always this fight between these two. There's always this battle between the internal expectations, what we expect from ourselves, and versus external expectation, what others expect from us. So first of all, what are the examples of internal expectations? We have tasks you want to complete. It could be personal tasks, could be work-related tasks, could be any task you want to yourself to complete. Goals you want to achieve. You have certain goals for yourself, maybe achieving a degree, maybe achieving a PhD, maybe achieving some kind of a goal in life, maybe setting up some kind of charity organization. These are goals you want to achieve. It can be knowledge you want to gain. Maybe you want to memorize the Quran, or memorize books of hadith, or learn tafsir. These are all internal expectations. Maybe it's about increasing your iman. You have internal expectations from yourself that you want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who doesn't have these expectations? We all do, and we all want to achieve that. Improving your health, maybe getting fit and getting strong. All these things are internal expectations, and there are many more. Basically, it's anything that you want to achieve. It's within your personal domain that you have set for yourself and you want to achieve. Now, this is normally in almost like a battlefield with external expectations, what others expect from you. And by others I mean your family, your friends, work, the Muslim community, and even the ummah at large. They have certain expectations of you as an individual. So the question is, how do you achieve internal expectations given your external expectations? So normally the way people phrase this question is, Brother Muhammad, I really want to learn the Quran, but I've got family, I've got business, I've got this, I've got that, so therefore I can't. So they blame them not achieving the internal expectations upon external factors. And today I want to say to you that that is a myth. I want to say to you that you can manage external expectations given certain conditions for your internal expectations. So first of all, let us validate your internal expectations. Do you really want to memorize the Quran? You say you want to, but do you really? And the way to find out, in the three characteristics of a valid internal expectation is, number one, is sincere. It's you are adamant, you're sincere, you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're not doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for any other person. It's really sincere, it's solely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, this second is solely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not for others. It's not for you to show off. It's not for you to say, oh, look at me, I'm a hafil, or look at me, I have achieved this degree. It's for you, you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And thirdly, you have the discipline to fulfill this internal expectations. You have that strong discipline to say to yourself, I will achieve this through thick and thin. If you do not have that discipline to wake up early so they can memorize the Quran, or to stay up late so you can study, or to go out and from your home to go serve the community just like the goals you want to according to the goals you want to achieve, then if you don't have that discipline, then your internal expectations are invalid. There are things you're procrastinating basically, and you're not being productive. So really, first of all, validate your internal expectations. Make sure they have these three characteristics, and if they do, then the external expectations become no problem at all.
Very interesting video. I like the whole internal expectation versus the external expectations.
Right. Yeah. It makes me think of a saying, you got to expect the worst and hope for the best.
Definitely, yeah.
And, you know, sometimes in life we have a purpose. We want to give dawah. We want to bring more people to Islam. And it becomes hard, you know, sometimes. And when it becomes hard, we want to give up. And if we want to give up, this is a time that we need to push the most, because if this is what we really want, we need to know that if we push harder, this is what's going to make us happy, even if we don't achieve it. Because this is what we really want. And even we gave our best effort, we know we're happy that we did that. So that's what I mean. Like, and external expectations, internal expectations, if you know this is what you want, you know, do your best and let God do the rest.
Do you think that it's a matter of expectation? Yani, really, I'm asking now. I'm not saying something that I want to reply. Do you think that it's always about expectations? Because when we look at it, I feel like it's really one of the main causes of our depression or our stress or our not controlling our emotions and fulfilling this circle of emotion that I talked about. It's due to expectations. You always expect
So
something.
I guess it depends on what we expect.
I think,
Clarify more. What does you mean?
If we expect
What do you
something
mean?
that's very hard to achieve, and it doesn't happen for us,
It's going to play on our emotions.
maybe I can't do it, you know. But if we do something we know we can achieve, we know we can do our best,
You
and
mean
that's
about
all you can ask for.
internally and externally, or internally only? Yani, this is
I
for
think,
the
they're I
internal.
think they're co-related. Your
Yeah,
internal
they are
and
related to each other. I'm
Yeah.
talking about if they are related to the expectation itself.
our expectations are as our own thoughts, what we expect to see in the world. But I don't think it's a smart thing to have expectations, because then, you know, when you don't get what you expect, maybe you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, but
I mean,
when
expectations are there, like it or not. It's a human it's human nature to expect things. If we go to work, we expect to get paid. If we go to school, we expect to learn. We expect to get a degree. We expect to get a good job. If you are looking to get married, you expect to get married to a good wife, or, you know, good spouse, a good husband.
So let's go back. If
Not
we
all
say,
these.
like, I expect the worst, and then good things happen,
But don't you think that
You
expecting
can
the
only be
worst
happy.
would make you depressed, make you sad? I expect the worst. I will lose in the exam. I
No,
will fail.
you should
I will.
you should have fear of what's to come in the future. You know,
Okay, how
fear
about
what's in front of you and fear what's behind
hope for the best
you, and expect the worst.
and expect the worst. I mean, I've heard this saying a lot. Hope for the
No.
best and expect the worst.
Because that
Um,
way, anything that happens is better than the
Yeah,
worst.
whatever happens, you're going to be pleased with it either way, because it
that's,
goes according to plan.
I see where you guys are coming from, and sometimes I apply this attitude only when I know that in this place where I'm going or what I'm about to do is, you know, there's potential negativity involved. But for example, if I'm just living my life, you know, if I'm engaging with people, I shouldn't have this negative mindset that I'm going to expect the worst, because then that just plays a whole, you know, you look at the world in such a gloomy way, and everything is
To
just
let
so
you down.
down, and it's not going to help
In
you.
fact, it's the opposite. It doesn't let you down, because anything that happens is not is either the worst or better than that.
I agree with Brother Adam, because I do the same thing. I hope for the best and expect the worst.
And you
And it
accept the
doesn't
worst when it
There is
comes.
a
and
big
it doesn't
difference.
doesn't affect
That's
my
fine.
emotions.
That's fine. That's good.
But there is a
you know,
big difference between expecting the worst
Yeah.
and expecting nothing. Because nothing, sometimes it's very bad to have nothing, but you know, for example, let's take the example of work. I go to work, and sometimes I see what will happen. They will not give me this salary for any reason, whatever what the reason. Okay, it's fine. If this is the worst that we are talking about, so this is good. But if I go to work and I'm always expecting that they will fire me, and whenever someone asks me, I feel like, yeah, he will fire me now. Kareem, do this.
No, I don't think we're not talking about that. I mean, when I'm referring to it, I'm referring to more as into goals, as in if I'm applying for a job, for example, you know, I'm going to hope that I get the job, but I'm going to expect that maybe I don't get it. This way, I'm prepared for both outcomes.
Even in giving dawah, you have to expect this person, he doesn't want to hear what you have to say, so you have to say it in a way that can bring him in. You know, you have to expect all possibilities.
And I think what we have to remember as well is, I mean, we're all different. You know, we all work differently.
I think we all want to be happy. And
I'm just trying to
and we want to
dig
do what
more.
makes us happy.
It's a matter of acceptance. This is what I want to reach. That there is a big difference between expecting the worst and having no expectations cause you are accepting. I can accept everything. This is the best. I can know that the worst will happen, but I can accept it. It's better than living with expecting the worst. What I say, because expecting the worst is always make this pessimistic people that they came to us. I know that I will not marry. Why? Because I know. What's cause I know? So, and after a while you will find that this person closed the circle inside around himself and started to be away of people, because we said that the subconscious build on what? The experience that you have.
What we think about.
Yeah, what you think about, you will find it. Yeah, you are what you think. So after a while you will find this person started to be away of the whole world.
Right.
Why? Because he's expecting that no one loves him.
Right.
I faced this a lot, guys. Nobody loves me. Nobody want to talk.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
want.
No, I can see definitely what you're saying. But we'll talk more about it after this short break. Don't go nowhere.
If I think I lost my ablution, but I'm not sure, do I have to make wudu again? Is it allowed for Muslims to visit the graveyard, or is that shirk? Am I allowed to say Jummah Mubarak to someone? Can I get to know a sister before marriage? I have so many questions, and I feel that I've just reached a dead end. If only I could find someone trustworthy to answer my questions. Someone who speaks based on proof from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Life Choices. Today we're talking about emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence, a very deep topic.
Some suspense to people.
Karim, what are the steps of dealing with our emotions?
Actually, we have to understand that emotional intelligence happen on levels. It means that to have this intelligence of dealing, as we said in the beginning, you have to pass through some steps. The first step is perceiving your emotion. You have to understand the way or the place that you are going to look for your emotion from. You have to understand that you have a very big picture. This picture, you must perceive it from the right way. And we can see this everywhere. The place that a lot of people misunderstand a lot of important things in their life, and they have wrong concepts according to it. And accordingly, when you are dealing with me, I'm dealing with any one of you, I have the perception, for example, that this Kareem is going to exaggerate. So whatever I will say, emotionally, what you will understand, that I'm exaggerated, right? I'm going to say something which is over than the truth.
Right.
So it will control your whole life. That's why the first thing in emotional intelligence, we have to look from the big view, to see the big picture, to look away, which is to put your paradigm. Psychologically, we said paradigm. You put your paradigm on the right angle that can understand that there is a lot of pictures for the same situation. Right?
Right.
So it's very important to see that, for example, what happened, that everyone is different. This is my perception about human being, okay? So I always perceive my emotion towards him. I always have this look that maybe...
But we're all the same in that we're all created from God, the Creator.
Good. But
Okay.
we are all different, and we are all the same at the same time. I will tell you how. We are all the same.
But in Islam, we're supposed to focus on the similarities, not the
No,
differences.
no. Let me tell
Okay.
you. Indeed, because this is a good question. I've been asked it before. We are similar or we are different. We always say everyone is unique, and at the same time we are saying that everyone is the same because we are all created by God, as you said.
I mean, we should all treat each other equally. I mean, we're all
I'm not
humans.
talking
We're
about
all, you know.
treating, the way of treatment.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about you yourself. You are different or you are the same.
Mm.
Definitely you are the same in some stuff,
Right.
and you are the different at the same time.
Of course.
For example, we are all human beings. We are the same.
Mm.
We are all slaves to God. We are the
Mhm.
same.
Mm.
We are all knowing inside us that God is the creator, although if we are not saying so.
Mm.
Okay? When we remove the barriers, you will know it.
Right.
So, right? Because this is
Mm.
the nature.
Right.
But
These
we
are
d-
the similarities. Now, what
Exact-
about the differences?
But we are also different, because we are different in colors.
Mm.
We are different in way of
Language.
dealing, cultures,
Mm.
languages.
But we're all emotionally based. And although we might have different tastes, we all want to be, have this certain emotion.
Exactly.
I want to achieve this goal to feel this certain way.
Mm.
I want to be able to read Quran so I can
This is
feel
good.
like I know Quran.
So
There's
I have
common, I mean, I think
Exactly.
Adam was trying to say there's common emotions involved. Like human beings, we
Well,
have
the emotions are
honesty,
same.
we have love, we have compassion.
but not
Yeah.
due to the same things.
right.
This is
Right.
the most important thing that
But
we
the
must
emotions
have.
are the same.
Yeah, but we have to perceive it that way. Because when I perceive that what makes me happy will not make you happy, I will not feel bad if you didn't go happy.
Mm.
Because why? I know that maybe I laughed on that joke,
Mm.
but you don't like it.
No, I think
It's
in,
your right.
I think in my opinion we kind of are all the same. Although we want to say I'm different and I have, that we all have a contribution to give to the same thing, which is Allah. But
We are
How we-
always different in
yeah.
purpose, especially.
Mm.
Because that's why, because everyone, God created him with a purpose in life, to serve the whole earth. This is your role, that you are serving the whole earth. And already you have a main purpose, that you are going to be the witness,
To
right?
humanity.
You are going to be the witness on all
Mm.
the other non-Muslim and
the
other
ultimate
ummah.
purpose is worshipping Allah, though. The first purpose
Yeah.
is worshipping Allah.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I mean, this is a purpose for the afterlife
Mm.
that God already gave to you.
Yeah.
Right.
like for right now, for a worldly example, we could say we're all right now making a
Exactly.
show.
And at the same time, we can have, from similarities and differences, we can say that we are similar, that we have purpose. This is the point of similarity. But this difference itself is different. So we can be similar in the idea, but different in the way we are dealing with. So
Mm.
the first thing is perceiving your emotion.
Okay.
The second thing is the reason. You need to know the reason of your emotion. Why I felt that before I perceive my emotion. Because we said also, always we have two sides. Intrapersonal, how I see my emotions, and how I see your emotions.
Right.
How I see my emotion, I must understand the reason. Why I felt sad. And you can fall in a very big problem if you misunderstand the reasons.
Mm.
I felt sad because you talked to me in a bad way, or
Right. If I'm
Because-
understanding it the wrong way.
or I don't understand what you are saying,
Mm.
or I have a problem. Not understand because it's another another level. The most important, the reason itself behind the emotion. Why I'm sad, why I'm happy, why I'm worshipping God with the feeling of guilty, for example.
Mm.
Because you did something, or because you misunderstand, you have always to be aware of the reason. And at the same time, you have to be aware of the reason of the others. They don't do this because they hate you. They don't do this because they love you also. You have to get the true reason. Okay? Connecting these together is the intelligence. The third level, which is understanding the emotion. You have to understand what you are doing, why I feel so. Some people will say, what the relation between, you said the reason. So now you are saying understanding. Yeah, because sometimes I know the reason, but I don't understand it. I know that, for example, that this situation that we passed through caused this, but I don't understand why it caused it. Why this happened. Okay? So you have to understand the emotion. Why you felt sad. I remember in that, one of the good things that, or the best person that I saw him understanding his emotions was Hassan al-Basri. Once I heard that one of the stories, maybe it happened to him, that he was going out of the masjid and some of the people saw him and he said in front of everyone, "Hey, Mr. Arrogant," to everyone. But the reply was strange. He said, "How did you know my name that most of the Basra people doesn't know?" You know, when I read it, I felt like, oh, a way of the Islamic point of view, or a way of the religious analysis.
Right.
Psychologically, how you deal with yourself or how you understand your emotion that much. He feel like maybe I showed him arrogance. I always see myself in not the best who communicated the message to you. Maybe I miss. So you thought that I'm arrogant. Maybe you thought that I have selfishness.
No, I don't think you're arrogant.
Thank you.
Thank you. On a similar note, it reminds me of a story of a contemporary Egyptian scholar who just passed away not too long ago. May Allah have mercy on him. Sheikh Muhammad Sha'rawi.
Yeah, 1999, I think.
A great scholar and a great speaker, very prolific writer as well. And people just had a special love for him.
Yeah.
So I heard a story of him when he was going to give a speech. He felt inside of himself that, I'm Sheikh Sha'rawi, people love me. People, there's so many people who come to listen to me. That human aspect,
that day
that ego kind of kicks in sometimes.
On that day,
so what did he do?
They say that the people carried his car. They said that. They said some people carried his car out of love.
Just look at how much love he had from the people and the support and the following.
Yeah.
So he realized after that, this is arrogance. I can't do that. No matter who I am, I'm still the slave of Allah. Right? So he just stopped by at a masjid, he went to the restroom and he started to wash the bathroom. He started to clean the bathroom himself. Like how he's like, I was thinking that negative stuff over there, I gotta clean my nafs right now. You know what I mean?
This is
bringing him down, you know what I mean? Kind of putting him on check.
This is intelligent in dealing with his own emotions. Look for the levels. The first level, he perceived what I'm going to look inside. This is the perception. Again, he went deeper. What the reason behind this arrogance? From his perception, he got that there is arrogance. What the reason behind it? The reason, not that he is arrogant. The reason that he is happy that people look at him in that way. That I'm arrogant. I have arrogance inside.
Right.
So he started to understand this feeling that he must deal with it in a way that gets him down. This is the understanding. Then he went through the last level, which is the best level, and it is the core of emotional intelligence, which is managing your emotions. He started to manage his emotion by dealing with that emotion, killing the arrogance inside him to make it not to raise again. So he went to clean the bathrooms. So he's managing his emotions by teaching his arrogance not to show up in front of him again.
Right.
This is the way you can deal. And not only with yourself.
Handling and properly managing these emotions.
Yes.
These negative aspects that we have in our lives. SubhanAllah.
Yes, and not only in that, in front of people. And this is the main core of emotional intelligence, that you can manage your own feelings, not only with yourself, because this can be pure intrapersonal communication. But I said the emotional intelligence is also how to deal with others. Okay? That when I feel that much in front of people, that I started to feel arrogant. Maybe when I speak to some of the people in one of the lectures, I started to feel like, oh, you are listening me, huh? I'm the doctor here. So you have the intelligence that you have to deal with this arrogance, not to show up in front of people. You have to deal with it also inside, like Sheikh Sha'rawi did. But first of all, you don't have to show this to people. So you will have through this what we call the emotional bank account. This is a very important part in emotional intelligence.
Interest-free, of course.
Sorry?
Interest-free.
Yeah, interest-free.
That's the main thing.
That people keep the emotion, this amount of emotion for you. You have emotion bank account. This emotion bank account is very important, that you can build it, you can increase the amount in that bank, in that the interest in this account, and you can remove it. Okay?
I thought they were
just said interest-free.
Yeah, no. You can increase it, you can deal with it.
So we're going to add more.
I can add more, yeah, exactly.
Deposit more.
Exactly.
Okay.
I have to do effort to make you appreciate or respect me. For example, if I'm treating you badly, how you will love me?
Right.
How you will have this account for me?
It makes me think of like how I feel is only important to me. It's what I do that you guys perceive. Maybe I love you, maybe I love you, maybe I love you, but if I'm not doing things that show that
exactly right,
you guys don't know it.
Exactly. This is the best. What you
it's a very good
really
point.
what you said. You put your hand on the point. You have to do something to show me this.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to care much more than you deserve to people, and not caring about you, because في ذلك فليتنافس المتنافسون. But at the same time, I must to show you, I can act for the afterlife, but at the same time, I have to do something to prove it.
Sure.
It's not only feelings.
And this is one of the conditions of Iman, statements of the tongue, right? The actions of the limbs, right? And belief in the heart, statement of the tongue, and the action with our body parts, really to show that the Iman that exists in our tongue, we manifested through this shahada, through the statement of this faith that we have in our heart, but not just lip service, but at the same time service, yani action,
Sure.
proving that we are really truthful to what we're saying and believing.
Yeah, and getting closer to this, it's all about how you deal in the situation. This is the main thing that will show your intelligence.
I mean, the three
emotionally.
conditions ultimately is to believe in Allah, have that faith in your heart, to join what is good with your tongue, with all your body parts, with your heart, and to forbid what is evil with everything in you,
Yeah.
your surroundings.
And it must appear
so
in
on.
what you are doing with people as well. So it's a matter of how I will control and manage my emotions, as I said, the last stage, dealing with others. How the others will understand me. That's why you have to think before you talk, because maybe you will hurt somebody. He didn't reach this level of not caring about people's opinions.
It's amazing because every single topic that we're discussing in these series, there's just these simple, beautiful teachings from the Prophet that we all know, and just discussing it as a group kind of opens your eyes, and you look at from a
Builds our
different
iman.
you look through at this from a different window. For example, on this same issue that you're discussing right now, think before you speak. I mean, the Prophet ﷺ, he said that whoever believes in Allah in the last day should say something good or remain quiet.
Yeah.
Whoever believes in Akhirah should say something positive. If they don't have anything good to say,
Don't say it.
Just keep silent.
Don't say it. Yeah, this is pure emotional intelligence.
And this can lead, this can prevent so many arguments from taking
yes.
place, so many disputes. And I mean, if just like leaders of the world today, just try to implement this hadith really, and think about it. Or people in the past who were responsible for committing wars and atrocities to humanity, if they were able to just refrain from releasing their emotions in such negative ways, and to say something positive or do something positive, otherwise remain quiet.
Yeah.
How many lives would have been saved?
I mean, even husbands with their wives, wives with their husbands,
Not
their
losing their
brothers
cool.
with their sisters. Yeah, just if you got nothing good to say, don't say
you
anything.
work all day, you come home, you don't see, the house tidy, cleaned up, you don't find food on the table, you get angry, right? What did the Prophet do when he came? He came home, he saw the food wasn't ready. What did he do? Did he yell at his wife? Did he feel bad? No. He helped her cook the meal, subhanallah. He helped prepare the meal. This is something which we, as followers of this great person, really have to implement in our lives, and we will see drastic changes, inshallah.
He's teaching us a pure emotional intelligence.
Pure emotional.
Really, he didn't use, although if he had something about, like asking her why you didn't do this, no, he showed her by action. This is the intelligence, because what will happen when your wife see the husband doing this?
Right.
She will feel like, oh, what a shame how I didn't do this. He came. She will not say, oh, what you are doing, you are just asking me for food and you do nothing.
Yeah.
No, he will feel like, no, Yeah.
So we have to treat others how we want to be treated.
Exactly right, very good point. Yeah, treat others how we want to be treated. We have Brother Muhammad who's calling us up from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad.
Hello, alaikum salam. Hello.
How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Jazakallah khair for calling in. Brother, with today's topic, it's about emotional intelligence. You know, how you deal with your emotions. What would you like to share with us?
Yeah, I'm very happy to share with you. But I think people shouldn't be so worse. So they shouldn't be rage when they talk to people, because rage or grudge leads others to have bad ideas about people. Because anger is very bad for Muslims to deal with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How it reflects on your life?
Through life, you shouldn't feel rage or anger with everyone you meet. Maybe because proud, they lead you to feel not good, or with your wife, dealing with her should be so quiet, because the Prophet ﷺ said, do not feel anger.
Yeah, you know, brother, I once heard a very powerful saying, and that is, what begins in anger ends in regret.
Yeah.
Definitely. Brother Muhammad, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciated your input.
Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
It's true. I mean, whenever I do something out of anger, I end up messing up, and I just regret it.
And you are far away of intelligence. If you want to have emotional intelligence, the most important thing to know that this anger will lead to nothing. So your intelligence is to convert the situation. That's why I remember a personal experience. Actually, it was very hard to me, very hard, more than you can imagine. I was driving my car, and I was actually talking over the phone. It's a mistake from me, I know, but it's not right. But I was doing this, answering, and you know, I forgot myself driving. So there were a person, maybe I was going to hit him. But I recapped. So this person he got very angry, like, and he started to get faster than me, and he closed the road on me. And in the beginning, you know, I actually talked to myself in a very positive way, like, do whatever you want, I don't care. You know, I was that powerful, and nobody can do anything for me. I'm strong, you know, what you will do. But actually, when I came down, I found that he is a bodybuilder. Really, he was a very huge person.
I think we heard this one. Actually,
really, I said it?
Yeah.
It was really about the intelligence, the intelligent part, that I didn't let my anger get out. Because if I just reacted according to the situation and according to what I have inside, I think I would lose my life. So it's about how you are intelligent dealing with your emotion that pumped out, because I felt angry, attacking me.
Definitely. I mean, acting, you know, with anger, it can cause so many problems, and I'm sure we can all attest to that in our lives. Inshallah, we'll be back more with emotional intelligence on Life Choices after this break.
The words of Allah, the Quran, sent to us by the Almighty, so we can hear and obey.
We cannot live our life without the Holy Quran. You must listen carefully to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because your safety and my safety will be with this great verses of the Holy Quran. We are here in this world for a test, and this test, and you will have questions in the day of judgment.
Hear and obey with Sheikh Rifat Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Life Choices. Today's topic, we're talking about emotional intelligence. Before the break, we were speaking about how reacting out of anger can cause more problems. And you know, you got to be careful when you get into a situation, you know, to stop and think and cool down. You know, maybe make some adhkar and seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan. You know, by saying "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." Brother Zakir, what do you...
Reminds me of a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ when he said that patience is at the first strike when calamity, right in the beginning where calamity strikes. Being patient and withholding ourselves from reacting in a way where we're going to find ourselves regretting afterwards is essential for us to really keep in mind.
And he generalized. It's about regression, not only about anger, because maybe you will not be angry, but you will deal in a very bad way that will cost you this regression. This is why I want to focus on the things that we want to advise people with to have emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence is all about how you deal with the situation emotionally. The first thing that you have to deal with yourself, like the Prophet Muhammad said, you have to care about what you are doing, because you are going to be asked on this. That's why I read a story. It makes me remember one of his hadith, so help me with the hadith. The story says that a grandma gave her daughter what we can say, a notebook, and she wrote only one sentence inside this note in the first page. Please write all what you are doing, but remember that you don't have to write something, or you don't have to do something that when you write it you feel regression. I read the story and I felt like, yeah, it's the same what Prophet Muhammad said. It's our sahifa that we write, our paper that we write, what we did in. I have to pick what I want to put inside these pages. Like the poetry that used to say, anyone who is writing anything, it's an Arabic poetry, but let us translate it. Anyone write anything, he will go, and the life or the time will keep what he has written. So don't write anything with your hand except the thing that you want to see it in your afterlife.
So like the choices we decide on is you know, ultimately how our life is decided.
Exactly. That's why it's life choices.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
The first important thing, write the things or do the things emotionally before I react according to Muhammad, react to you, to react to anybody. I must to see what the thing that I need to reach with the result. So ask yourself to have this emotional intelligence. The second thing, which is important, very important and essential before everything, which is you have to know what is your main concepts. Why you have to know it? Not only to act accordingly. No, you have to know it to know what the things that you can let it go, or what the things that you can negotiate it with others. What does it mean? For example, there is a husband, let's say an example, a life example, to let people understand. This is a true story that happened to one of the psychologists. She met a patient that she has a big problem with her husband. What the problem? That this husband always change his work. So he always traveling from a country, from a city to the town, from the town to country, another country, and she's always moving on. In the beginning, she agreed, okay, it's fine, I'm traveling everywhere. But things changed a lot after she got kids. She started, I want my kids to have the same town, because traveling make them, they will not have friends, they will not have this constant life. So I have to move on. So I cannot move on a lot. So she decided, I have to sit in this country. When she told this, when she said this to her husband, he refused. And she asked herself a question. What I will do? This is emotional intelligence. What I will do? I will go and do this, and I will not do. The psychologist solved the problem in a very simple way. She just asked her, what's the main concept that you care about? Your kids' concept that you want to grow up, to make them grow up in a constant way between her school and in the same town? Or you can bear this lifestyle? She said, no, my kids. She said, okay, leave. Whatever the solution, was the right solution or not, I don't care. But the point is, you have to care about the main thing that you want. To keep the family, it must be, or I hopefully feel that it is important.
So the choices we make our life.
Exactly. So you have
all around the program. I love this.
Yeah,
program,
but you have to decide. Also, what's the main concept that you cannot negotiate? There are things, for example, religion. Can you accept to work in a place that will make you, for example, deal with something forbidden? No.
Of course not.
This is emotional intelligence. Because when you know these things, you will not put yourself in a situation that will let you face such problems. Because I know from the beginning that I don't need to negotiate something that I will never change. Why you are negotiating this with me? Like negotiating that, why you don't work in alcohol industry? What we are negotiating? We don't need to negotiate. This is the end of the story.
Right.
This is intelligence that I go through an experience that will make me emotionally not feel good. A lot of people say, but I didn't find another work. I'm not talking about fatwa, this to do this or not. I'm just saying about your emotions. When you go through this, why you go through something that will make you not feel happy?
Exactly.
Your intelligence is to understand your emotion.
Right.
So don't put yourself, whatever was the situation, whatever was the relation, don't put or negotiate things that you are sure that it is not negotiable. It's unnegotiable. Why are you negotiating it? And it will help you as well to know what are the negotiable stuff. So when you don't agree on something which is negotiable for me, we will sit and talk. So we can see for what extent we can find a solution. This deep thing will make a lot of people feel better. Because I will not go with you, for example, this party or this whatever thing that I don't like, because it's not accepting to my, for example, to my concepts. You don't want to do something forbidden, and I don't want. Not maybe the opposite. Okay, don't take it personally. I will do something. At the end of the day, don't do it just to make me happy. This is the emotional part. Some people can do something forbidden just to make your friend happy. I do something not important to be forbidden, just unacceptable, just to make you happy. So why I have to make you happy while I'm sad? This is not fair, right? I don't think that religion asked us to do so. This is true or not? I think that the Prophet asked us to be happy, or to help people through our happiness.
Yeah, like Prophet, peace be upon him, always had a smile on his face. So like even people watching this program can make them happy. So that's hopefully can be our intention in making this program.
Our good attitude, our positive thinking and behavior should be contagious. So wherever we go, we should be able to spread this joy and happiness. And in times where we face hardships, we should think clearly about the results and not get caught up in the hype, in the moment, in the rush, and act in a way where we're really harming ourselves and those around us. So many marriages have been broken because of lack of patience, lack of understanding, lack of proper channeling these emotions.
Yeah, some people got divorced just because the bed was not organized or something. There were clothes on the bed. So
over petty issues. I mean, things that are not even significant. People end their friendships, long friendships, on minor issues. Communities are divided because of minor issues which are not of any concern.
Yeah, that's why one of the main functions of
May Allah unite us.
Sorry?
May Allah unite us.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the most important that helps in emotional intelligence is empathy. What's the meaning of empathy?
Empathizing.
Empathy is understanding the mood of others. And it's different from sympathy. That's why when we were talking before that, I told you, no, there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Because sympathy, that when you cry, I will sit and cry with you. The result is what? Both of us are crying. Nothing solved. But empathy is understanding your mood. So I will get you out of this. I will sit beside you.
It's proactive instead of just...
exactly. Understand what the problem that you have and we start work on it.
Right.
So now
instead
I'm
of just sitting down and crying and really not moving anywhere. Whereas you see the person crying and you actually do work.
Exactly right.
You help them become happy.
Exactly right. Inshallah, we'll have to continue this discussion next episode, because I think we've got a lot more to say about it, but it's that time again where we have to close up because time is running out. Brothers, Jazakallah khair for everything. And Jazakallah khair for watching another episode of Life Choices on Huda TV. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
chances, dreams and goals. Many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man. Choices, chances, dreams and goals. Many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man.